Hello, my name is Weston,
And I'm Natalie.
and this is The Lighter the Darker, where we talk about all things board games and creativity. Today we're talking about the new expansion from the new game Mythic Battles Isfet that's on Kickstarter right now. This is not a sponsor, we're just stupidly obsessed with this game and would like to talk about it and the different characters and specifically their boards, talents, powers, attacks, defense, all that good stuff. We made a video yesterday talking about the stretch goals and how each of those units look, and now we're going to look at the units from Duat. The first one we are going to be looking at is Anubis, he who waits at death's gate.
Intense.
Very interesting. He's kind of this dog figure with these claws. It looks like he has masks all over him. And here's his character board. It costs 6 recruitment points to draft him. He has Curse, Mobility, and Torment, and comes with 2 Art of War cards.
All right. And it looks like he's a god. So he's got 7 attack, 8 defense, and that 8 defense lasts a long time. So that's really cool. That'll keep you alive for a long time. 0 range, 2 movement, and 9 health.
That's incredible. Yeah, up until he's at 4 health, he still keeps that defense. So he's very tanky. Mm-hmm. His first ability is called Guardian of the Tomb. It costs 1 Art of War card. He only has 1 token for it. It says, place this token in an area up to 2 range. All units in this area cannot suffer more than 2 wounds per attack. At the start of your next turn, retrieve the token.
That's similar to one we saw yesterday.
Very similar.
And it looks like it would benefit enemy units as well,
yeah,
essentially.
It does say all units. So, very protective. The next one is called Wang of the Hearts. It costs 2 Art of War cards, so that's probably going to be pretty powerful. It says choose an area up to 3 range in line of sight, which is pretty interesting. We don't see that very often. All enemy units in this area lose a number of vitality points equal to the number of enemy units in this area. All allied units in the area would then regain a vitality point.
Interesting.
So this is really interesting. We haven't seen a lot of abilities about how many units are in the area besides Pan from Mythic Battles Pantheon. So that's extremely exciting.
Yeah, that looks fun because you could use it in a couple different ways depending on how saturated the area is. It could be more of a I'm gaining health back or more of a I'm destroying your team.
Absolutely.
Or like one of your people.
Or a little bit of both.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who we got next. Osiris. He's the king of the underworld in Egyptian mythology. So he is another god. This is the second god that comes in this pack. He comes with 2 Art of War cards. He costs 6. He has Block, Force of Nature, and Terror. 7 attack and 9 defense, which he only keeps for a little while. He has 1 range, 2 movement, and 9 health.
That's pretty good. So it looks like the first power he has costs an Art of War card, and it's make a 6 dice area attack in one of the areas in his surroundings. For each enemy unit wounded, you may draw a card.
Wow.
That's kind of cool.
I really like that.
And then that next one is a permanent power, Tribute for the Immortal. Whenever any unit is destroyed, you draw 1 card and regain a previously lost vitality point.
Oh, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I really love that. So Hades in Pantheon also gains a vitality point every time someone dies. So they're using that underworld theme again, but you get to draw. I really love characters that you get to draw like this, but I'm always worried that you're going to draw too fast and then give your opponent that opportunity of getting like 12, 13, however many cards in their hand because you ran out.
Yeah.
So it can definitely you can end up wounding yourself pretty much by keep drawing.
Looks
but
fun, though.
Yeah, he seems like a very strong character. Next we have Tutankhamun.
It's King Tut.
Yeah, King Tut. I was just King Tut. The living image of Amun. I don't know. So he has Blessed by the Gods, which we've seen on some of the stretch goals characters. You can actually find out all the new talents by downloading the rule book that they have on the Kickstarter right now, which is pretty cool. Close protection and gem collector. He has 6 attack, 7 defense, 0 range, and 1 movement.
Only costs 2, which is pretty cheap.
Sure.
Looks like Supreme Curse is his first power. So when he's the target of an attack, the attacker suffers -1 offense. Immediately after the first assault and before any other effects, you can make the attacking unit re-roll 1 die of your choosing.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
We're definitely seeing more of that, making your opponent re-roll in this third of the trilogy, I guess. And then the second one, it says, Amun's Blessing. Once per turn, you can carry out a maneuver of your choice without discarding an Art of War card. So that is either drawing 2 extra cards, looking for someone in your deck, or evading just for free, which is very strong. 2 very strong abilities already for a 2 cost. And then the last one, it says Treasures. When an opponent destroys him, they take an Art of War card from the Art of War card deck and add it to your hand. So I see a lot of influences of different characters, because that last one there is Goldenbursty, Mythic Battles Ragnarok. He has the same thing. When you destroy him, you get an Art of War card. And then being able to make the attacker weaker is reminiscent of Belefrion. I might be totally just destroying that name, and I apologize. But he's also in Mythic Battles Pantheon. He actually makes people have -2 offense when he attacks them. So this is super exciting to not just see them trying new things, but also bringing back familiar abilities that I have just loved. And I've gone to those 2 characters many, many times for those abilities. So next we have either Sir Kay or Sir Ket, she who gives breath. Very interesting here. She is this centaur scorpion. So she costs 4. She's a hero, which is pretty interesting. I thought she may be a monster,
right.
But she comes with an Art of War card. She has the talents Block, Climb, and Guard. She has 7 attack, 8 defense, 1 range, 2 movement. 2 movement, and then 8 health.
That's really close to God stats again.
Absolutely.
First power is at the end of her activation, make an X dice range 1 normal attack. The target unit cannot retaliate. So similar to stuff we've seen before, but still super cool. Get that extra attack in at the end. And then a permanent ability, whenever an enemy unit tries to claim a divine stone in her surroundings, the enemy unit must first discard 2 Art of War cards. That's so annoying.
Oh, man. That's almost worse than just blocking them from absorbing.
Totally.
Or claiming.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, she is insanely strong for only 4 recruitment points. I wonder if she's going to stay 4 recruitment points. Honestly, I wonder, because this is all prototype.
Right.
So they might change some things around, but she's extremely strong, and that is super fascinating. Next we have Narmer, King of the Army of the Dead. I heard the story about this guy. Is he actually, as in Egyptian mythology, we'll actually see they have their own boatman that brings souls to the underworld, like Chiron from the Pantheon, and you actually can get him for Mythic Battles Pantheon on the Kickstarter. But he fell into the waters and was engulfed and was there for so many thousands of years, and now he's come out because of Isfet to destroy things. So he is very strong.
Cool.
He is 5 costs. He comes with 3 Art of War cards, and he has 5 recruitment cards as well. So you can just keep on playing him.
Wow. So Blessed by the Gods, Curse, and Leader. I did wonder, based on his description, if he'd have a lot to do with troops. So we'll see about that. 6 attack, which isn't that strong, but not nothing. 8 defense, super strong. 1 range, 1 movement, and a total of 7 health. So it looks like the first power is Weight of the Ages. Cost an Art of War card, destroy an enemy troop and his surroundings.
Yep.
And then a permanent ability at the end of his activation, search your deck for an Art of War card and add it to your hand, then reshuffle your deck.
Nice. That is really nice.
So not only do you get 3 Art of War cards, you can also find all of your Art of War cards all the time.
Yeah. And just being able to just zap a troop out of existence is really fun. We also see Circe do that in Pantheon. Medjed.
Whoa, she's freaky looking.
Very freaky looking. She's got eyes all over her. A phantom, invisible and secret. She is a monster. I'm not just trying to insult her. That is the classification of unit she is. She costs 3 points to draft her. She comes with 1 Art of War card. She has Gem Collector, Initiative, and Terror.
Nice. So it looks like 7 attack, 7 defense, 0 range, and 2 movement. This looks like the kind of character I would play. Unnerving Stare costs 1 Art of War card. Choose an opponent. That opponent is unable to perform a maneuver during their next turn. Okay, so no drawing cards. And then a permanent ability, which is Medjed can never suffer more than 2 wounds per attack. He cannot be the target of an attack or an offensive power at range 1+. So
interesting. One, we thought it was a she, but I guess it's a he. And also, yeah, that's a very strong ability, especially for only the 3 points.
Yeah, that's cool.
Next, we have Omhe, I don't know. Devourer of Millions, as I like to call him. He is a monster puppy. He is fireproof, as we can see in the corner right there. He costs 4 points to recruit him. He has Block, Hero Slayer, which is a little bit more rare, and Mighty Throw.
All right, 7 attack, 7 defense, 0 range, and 2 movement. Doesn't last super long, so he would slow down pretty quickly. First power is Spitting Lava. Costs an Art of War card. Make an X dice area attack in one of the areas in his surroundings. Fireproof units ignore the first wound caused by this attack. Interesting.
So they're not totally fireproof from that.
Yeah. And then Terrestrial Creature. He may perform a Mighty Throw against an enemy unit after a normal attack if he inflicts at least 1 wound, regardless of the number of blank results. At the end of his activation, he regains 1 vitality point if he inflicted at least 1 wound on a unit. That's cool.
That is huge. So he can just throw people like crazy. That is very impressive.
Fun.
Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, so this is actually Egypt's version of Chiron, the boatman. The ferryman of the afterlife. I love this design with the mummy in the boat. Let's take a look at his character board. He's an aquatic monster. He has Block, Curse, and Guard. Comes with 1 Art of War card and costs 4 recruitment points to draft.
Nice. 7 attack, 8 defense, and 2 movement. That 8 defense is going to go pretty far with Guard. We really like that ability, and that's really cool. So, and then a total of 7 health. So, pretty strong stats. First power is Rupture of the Soul. Costs an Art of War card. Make an X dice, range 2, normal attack. Units do not count as obstacles when determining if the target is visible. If the target is not a divinity, it also immediately drops any claimed divine stones.
Fascinating. So we have Heimdall has an ability where you can make units drop stones as well. So that's very strong. And then the second one is called the Impassive Ferryman. Talents and powers of other units do not affect him at all, even if the owner wants them to.
That's so strong because he has Guard.
Yeah, so you can just keep him next to a god and he can't get thrown beside. That's
super
absolutely
strong.
Huge.
Interesting.
If you have played a lot of Mythic Battles, you know that Guard is a very helpful talent because you can absolutely postpone your enemy doing any damage to your god because they would have to do it to whoever has Guard in that scenario. Very fun. So it looks like, I believe these are troops, the Ka priestesses, guides on the path to the afterlife. So going on with that theme. So they are a troop. They have Curse, gem collector. They have 3 attack, 4 defense, 0 range, and 1 movement. But against offensive power specifically, they would have 7 defense.
Interesting.
Which is very interesting. We haven't seen a lot of buffs around if your opponent has powers. Like, specifically talking about the powers, not just like talents or being attacked. And they come with 4 figures and 3 recruitment cards in that case. So, seems like a very fun, new, interesting troop unit. This is also, I believe, a troop unit, the Sons of Anubis, Jackals from the Beyond.
They've got guard. We love guard.
Mm-hmm.
4 attack, 4 defense, and 2 movement, which troops are usually pretty slow, so that's good. And then this unit ignores the first wound inflicted by each attack, which is really good. And it looks like you get a lot of them, 5 of them. So
yeah,
that's a really strong troop.
Absolutely, because for troops the amount of miniatures equates to their health. So they have a high health, and they also will ignore the first wound. So another very strong troop. I haven't yet seen a troop that I don't think is going to be very powerful yet in looking through this Kickstarter. So the last 2 things we want to talk about are the maps that are included in this expansion specifically. We can actually see that there's a building in the middle. We can see that on the sides there's stairs. There's just a few open terrain spaces. But I wanted to talk about what is happening towards the top with the sun. I believe that is the new solar terrain effect that they are adding in this. But nonetheless, this is an absolutely beautiful map. It's called the First Tomb. Anything else stick out to you for this one?
It's just gorgeous. They always do a great job at the design. It's got such a beautiful table presence.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not just the miniatures. I do find that each stage is its own work of art. And then this last one here is just, again, the colors are just so vibrant and beautiful. But again, I think we're seeing some new kinds of terrain here, because I would think that this may be like the well, or that you can roll your dice that they introduced in Ragnarok, but that's a totally different symbol for that. Nonetheless, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us as we're looking through this new Kickstarter that we are so eager and excited about. Please feel free to give us a like and comment and let us know what you're most excited about. This has been The Light of the Darker. My name is Weston.
My name's Natalie.
Have a wonderful day.